It's December 7th. It's Sunday. It's after midnight, 12:47 a.m. I got a new renter today, and an existing renter moved out. See, another guy had pink eye. And she didn't want to spread, and her brother has an Airbnb. She's going to go stay in before she goes to Germany. And I said, well, okay, whatever. So Austin's just now down the street, Diet Coke and chips and salsa. And these guys are yelling for the Duke game. So and they started saying crap, and I was like, well, whatever. I'll be the chairman of Duke University for $1 billion a week contract work, or Woolworths, or and then these other people came walking in, gray-haired people like me. And then all these cops came in. I noticed there was 3 or 4 cop cars. I don't know what the hell. I didn't hear anything or any commotion. They were going to the back of the bar, and I was like, what the hell's going on? I didn't go in there because I thought they were fucking with me one too long. I guess a couple of times I haven't gone in there because I thought they were fucking with me or poisoning my food or something. Several places around here. Of course, then there's this woman, 80-some-year-old woman got attacked in the Olathe Whole Foods parking lot last Sunday by some guy with a hammer. Some white guy, shaved head, no weird tattoos or anything, clean face, took a hammer and started beating up some 85-year-old woman in the parking lot. And some passerby noticed it and intervened, or he probably killed her. Seems like a week or two ago or something, I was driving. A girl from high school looked like she was driving by me with a big old stogie lit up in her mouth. And her married name is Hammer. I never thought anything about it because it's a reunion. I called her by her name I knew her by as in school, and she corrected me. It's like, I was thinking, and then a couple of weeks ago, I thought this girl was driving by me, had a big old stogie lit up in her, and I don't know, something weird. Of course, I think there's all kinds of people who have lookalikes of my high school classmates. Some of them I didn't even know them hardly, knew who they were. Some people I knew, since kindergarten. Some people, same thing with mom and dad's friends, neighborhood friend people, college people, fraternity people, everywhere. It's like everybody has these people who look like them. I don't know who the fuck they are or what the hell's going on. I thought perhaps I'd begin getting blamed for some things that somebody did who looks like me, so I get blamed for it because they're trying to make me look like a terrible bad guy, raping and molesting women, or you know, they just make all this shit up, and I get blamed for it. After the initial trespassing charge on the plaza, Merrill Lynch, in '87, after the punk said my degrees don't matter, manager, and then I spray painted all the place on the Metcalf office. On 103rd Metcalf where we lived. So to this day, Merrill Lynch, you owe me $1 trillion for that, punks. And so does Smith Barney and Paint Weber and Oppenheimer, the Plaza. Every judge, Punk, Bruner, Crosset, uh, You know, every person listed as a manager has to pay the ultimate price. Wilbur. Did I see a guy who looked like Wilbur the other day driving around here? He was like sitting in his car like this, like he was dead or petrified. Or, I guess I thought I've seen dead people driving around in the passenger seat of cars. But now you got these self driving cars. I thought sometimes I see dead people driving the car. Maybe they're in a self driving car. Because the Wilbur in class said I would be arrested if I go into a stockbroker office in Kansas City. I guess that was the last semester, finance class. The first semester they teach useful information. It's not just a certificate. And the purpose of the company is to maximize stockholder value. And you can't make money in the stock market. It's the efficient market theory. Because if he could, he'd be a billionaire, wouldn't he? Because he has a PhD from MIT. It's all a bunch of shit. Everybody's a bunch of shit, lying, fraud, crap. Brainwash you into whatever they want you to think. And of course, to me, with my super intelligence and the common sense and experience, it just turned me off that I didn't study worth a shit. I don't believe in wasting my time studying the shit, but I finished what I started with experience. You're no different than everybody else. You don't know anything, and it's not just a certificate, but when you're no different than everybody else, it is just a certificate. It is just an ACT percent. And who the fuck are you going to allow to judge you? And on with all that shit. So, Merrill Lynch, hand me the trillion, scum. They murdered my real dad. I don't know who that idiot was. Or he really was my real dad, just fucking around with me, a frat thing. Or some fucking kind of fucking. Hell, my brother said he was going to stab me last time at his daughter's wedding, or before his daughter's wedding, so I didn't go because I'm really sick of this shit. That I get thrown in jail by those idiots, and they just think it's a big joke. I don't think it's funny. A long time ago, it got me thrown in jail for threatening his children. What a complete fucking lie. Of course, they want to act like, well, you can make a threat to me, but you can't make a threat to my family or wife. These idiots say that shit. Well, I was saying to these black guys, like, I listen to black guys call each other nigger and say shit, But as a white guy, I don't say it. I never call somebody a nigger, a black guy. And this black guy said, well, say the word nigger. So I said nigger. I can say the word, but I don't use it in a derogatory manner with black guys, especially black guys who I don't know personally. See, if you're hanging out with your boys, your buddies, your family, you can insult each other and call each other niggers or faggots. Faggots were doing that when I was doing Europe. Black guys, doing it, Girls call each other bro. Everybody call each other bro. It's like, I can call Purdue a bunch of shit and Oklahoma State engineering and everything because I was there and did it. But people who weren't there and did it can't say that. I mean, they can listen to me say it and say I said it, and it's true, but everything is. But, if you weren't there, you don't know what I'm talking about. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I don't want to waste my time with your fucking punk ass. It's the wall. The wall. I don't waste my time explaining myself to people who don't have my degrees and who get an attitude with me like they're anything when they didn't even graduate. They don't even have any, Some of these roommates get an attitude. It's like, you don't even have a college degree. You're nothing to me. Other than a contract. Follow the contract, we get along. You want to start getting an attitude with me or whatever? Fuck you. I don't want to listen. I don't give a shit. It doesn't matter. You don't matter. I don't care. Leave. I don't care. And I got so many people wanting a room right now. It don't matter. I don't want to go through people. I just want good people who stay without a lot of turnover. But I mean, fuck, I don't need to be insulted and disrespected in my own house. I don't know what the police were doing in there in Austin's. I didn't hear anything other than a big crowd, big table behind me cheering for the Duke game. Then a whole bunch of other people came in. It was after midnight, I guess. And they weren't kids. I mean, I don't know what was going on. And then these cops are going in there. There wasn't any noise or anything. I just heard people turned around, saw these cops walking toward the back. When I left the parking lot, there was 3 or 4 cop cars out there. So I don't know. Cops' cars were over at my house. These guys, this one guy gets drunk, another guy fucking sits there and fucking just. I think I told them both to leave. They kind of settled down since then. There's none of this shit going on. But I'm sick of it. It's happened before, so I'm sick of it. Just sick of the fucking bullshit. Two-faced lies and bullshit fucking. Sick of everything. I am sick of fucking everything. So hand me them trillion, punks.